Okay, so in this, the first topic would be views. Okay. So we have no classifications in it. Let me draw the diagram in the paint. Okay. Okay, write down. Draw this. Okay. So view is classified into two types: system defined and user defined. And again, system defined will be classified into three: information and catalog dynamic management views. And user defined will be classified into simple, complex, index, and check option views. Draw this picture. finished?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
No, not it.
Done?
Yes, it's done.
Okay. So first we'll discuss about user defined functions. Then after I'll go for the system defined I mean system defined views, not functions. So what is meant by a view? Okay. So view is nothing but it's a virtual object. Or view is the virtual object. Or we can also say like mirror object. Okay. So what is meant by virtual or mirror object? Okay. So, it looks like table only. Okay. I mean, it looks like however your table have the data and all, right? So it looks like same only, but view doesn't store any data. Okay. View doesn't store any data. What exactly it will store means it will just store a query. Okay. So view will just store the SQL query, but not data. Okay. And the purpose of so why it is called, I mean, it acts like a almost your table. Okay. But your table physically stores the data, right? Whereas your view doesn't store any data. Okay. So that's why it is called as virtual object or a mirror object. Okay. So basically when you stand in front of the mirror, you are the physical object, correct?
Yes.
And your opposite side, so it's a mirror object. It exactly looks like same, but physically it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, same way. Okay, so there will be a view and where it will store just your SQL query. Okay, but it doesn't store any data. Now, why it has to store the data? On what situation will store the data? We'll see. Okay, so usually, we'll be writing very long queries, right? Let me see if I have any big query here. Okay, otherwise I'll get it from the adventure box. So let's go database and adventure box. So I'm just taking this query. So basically what this query is doing is, so it is bringing the complete, employee information. If you can go and check here. Can you see? So they're getting, business entity ID means, the employee ID. Okay. And their title, first name, last name, and their email and addresses, city, state, postal code, country, region, everything. Okay. So basically, a particular person, the complete details, and there is a where condition actually. So those who are having the designation like design engineer, right? I just need to bring all the employee information. And you see there are 3 people who are having job title, designation, and their complete details like, entity ID and first name, last name, their phone numbers, email, everything. It is not present in single table actually. Okay, so it was present in multiple tables. So that's why they had, applied some joins and bring some data. Okay, so let's say my client is requesting, to perform some query and get this particular employee result set who are having a designation of data engineer something. Okay, design engineer. Yeah. Now I have written this query. It's a very big query, right? Usually it will take maybe, assume like, half an hour time. Okay. Now, whatever the result set we got, let's say we just, create a report and we give it to them. Yeah. Now, after a week of time, or maybe after, 10 days of time, again my client is come back and, ask for the same, data. Yeah. The same data in the sense, maybe there are a few more, employees might get inserted into the table with the same job title after a week or 10 days of time. Okay, as of now 3 records. In the future, whenever they are requesting, right, so there might be more than 3 records also. Okay, now in such a case, okay, does this query will exist? Obviously, once we close the session, query will be gone, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
correct.
Yeah, so now what he'll say, like, he'll not say like, give me the employee and basically whatever the logic he has provided. Okay, so he'll not say that the conditions, every conditions whatever he has given. What he'll say, like, last week I got, I have sent an email, and based upon that, can you give me the data? So what you need to do, you need to go to the email and read the email, understand it again. Okay, because we will be working on multiple things, right? We cannot remember what we have written earlier, correct? So you need to rethink of the logic again and you need to rewrite it. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And again, it will take, some time, right, to build the query. So now, so instead of, instead of rebuilding the query, what we can do is, so if at all, it will be a reuseful query means in the future case, see, definitely we will know it, okay, whether this query will be reusable or not. So depends on the situation, we can understand, or sometimes client will also tell us, okay, so this data is, I'll go and, pull the report week or, 5 days, 10 days of time. Okay, in such a case, definitely we cannot rewrite every time this query. Okay, so what you can do is, so you may say that, sir, I'll go and save this query. Okay, I'll go and save this query, and whenever I want, I can use it. Okay, see, you can save the query, there is no problem. But what if, you clean the system and the query is gone? Again, you need to rebuild, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So to avoid all, such kind of things, so, Microsoft has given one particular, option to go and create a view for this particular query. Okay, so what you can do is, for the entire query, create view. So I'm just writing directly the example. Okay. Anyway, you can easily understand the syntax. So create view, the view name you need to provide. Okay, the view name you need to provide. Now the view name, it should be meaningful always. Yeah. Now I said many classifications in user defined views: simple, complex, index, and check option view. Correct. Now simple view means, okay, when you create a view for a single table. Okay, when you create a, let's say I have written a select query on top of a single table, and I perform some group by, and also I perform some aggregation functions and all. Yeah. And on top of a single table. In such cases, if you go and create a view, right, that is a simple view, guys. And if it is more than one table, okay, more than one table means obviously we will be using the joins. Correct.
Yes.
If we are creating a view for more than one table, then it will be called as complex view. Okay. Now what view we should go and create here now?
Complex view.
Complex. Okay. And that's why I'll just go and keep CV underscore. Okay, it should be meaningful. We should understand what view it is. So CV underscore, and the view name should be based upon your data, what you're getting. Okay, so what exactly I'm getting here?
Designing.
Yeah, basically the employee details, right?
Employee details.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just go and write like employee details. Yes, and as is a mandatory keyword. Okay, as is a mandatory keyword here. Yeah, and after as, right, either you can keep open brace and close brace, or it's not mandatory actually. Okay. So either you can keep the open and close bracket, or it's not mandatory. Yeah. So now that's it. Create view name as open brace and close brace, and your entire select query we have put it over here, and I just created it. Yeah. Now can you see the command is successfully executed, and now this will almost act like a table only. Okay, because here we have represented like virtual object, right? But the only thing is, 1 second. What happened here? Create view. Okay, fine. Now the only difference is, see, these columns are coming from various tables, right?
Mhm.
And view does not have complete information, right? So here we are keeping only few columns, and in my view, only these columns will be exists. Correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, what if I want this data? Let's say you no need to again open the view, and no need to copy paste the query and all. Okay. If at all the client request, can you give me the employee details for that design engineer something? What you can do is, so you can simply write select star from that view name. That okay. Can you please mute? Select star from that view name. That's it. And when you execute it, okay. So the result is where sent it to many places actually. One is result to text and result to grid. Usually we'll be selecting result into grid actually. So nothing but table. See. Now are we getting the data when I'm executing a view?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I said that view doesn't store any data. Correct?
Yes.
View doesn't store any data. It just stores the structure. Structure means whatever columns we do have right here. This has been stored in the view level, not the data. Now, from where the data is coming means, whenever you're executing this, this view, okay, it will go and run that query. Okay, whatever query inside we have, right? So it will go and run that query, and basically it will bring the data from underlying tables. What are the underlying tables here? What are underlying?
Main tables.
Main tables, sir.
Your
Human-
main tables, your
My-
physical tables are there, right?
Yes, sir.
Those are the underlying tables, guys. Okay.
Okay.
So those are the underlying tables. So whenever you run a view, so from where it will bring the data from underlying tables, nothing but your base tables or physical tables or main tables. Okay. Because view doesn't store any data, it just stores what?
Sure.
The
Sure, only,
structure,
sir.
or you can say the SQL query, right?
Okay.
So whenever you run the query, whenever you run the view, so it will go on run the SQL query and bring the data. Don't store any data at all. Okay. So that's why it's called as a virtual object. So it looks like table, but so nothing will be exist actually, right? Yeah. And one more thing. So if we want to see whether this view is really stores the data or not, so okay, we have an option. We have a system defined store poser, like to rename and all. We have used sp_rename and all, right? So in the same way, to see whether it is really stored the data or not, so there is a store poser for us, sp_space used. Okay. And you can put object name here in single quote. Let's say if I don't keep this view name, does it stores anything? All right, no rows, no reserved data, nothing, right? Now instead of this, if I go and keep a table name, okay, let's see. So the table is physically exists now. Let's see. Can you see this? I check the space used particular object. It says that 19972 those are stored, and it has some reserved data and how much it is used, how much unused memory is there. So everything it is displayed. Whereas when when I'm checking for the view, nothing is stored. Correct? Clear?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This is one. Clear now?
Yeah. I have a query here. Like views, it will be stored in the same. It should be stored in the same database, or if we go for the different database, and if we
so whichever the database I have selected, right? So in the same database under adventures, like your tables, we have a views folder also. So there, when you click on it, right, there are something called system defined views, which we will discuss later. And whatever user defined, you are defining it, right? So whatever user defined views are there, that will get stored over here. Okay. Now if we refresh, so we can see our view name, that is CV_. So now what you can do, right click, you can now open it actually. Okay, how do you open me? Same like your table. Script table as create to a new query window. Now you can see your create statement. Okay.
Yeah.
So every time we create general create table name, we will extract the views and we will create the view and keep for safety, right?
Sorry, come again.
Like once we have while in real time when we are working, we have created some table, and we extract everything, and views, under views we will extract this data and we create view and we will save it. That's it, right?
Yes, we will save it. Okay, basically the query will save it under this view.
Yeah.
And whenever we want, we can reuse it, this view. So instead of rewriting the query again and again. Okay. And
can we edit it under view? Like if you want any changes?
It's not edit, we can alter it actually.
Alter, okay.
Yeah, so what you can do is, So in the future case, I just want, the client is saying that, can you please give me one more column for me? Okay. So in such a case, what you can do is, so you can just simply alter the view. Yes. And you can add one more column. Let's say e dot birth date. Okay. E dot birth date column, they need an extra. Okay. So, okay. Why?
In after business entity, there is no comma.
Okay. Done.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was altered. So now when you alter the view, right, an extra column will get added to that particular view. And, you know, and whenever you run the query, and you will get that information as well. Now let's see if I go and run this. Can you see this birth date? Okay. Yeah. So whenever you need the changes, right? So definitely you can able to alter the view, and you can add what are the columns we want.
Okay. We didn't enter any data to that, right? Birth rate.
For what?
Like it is already giving us the data.
Yes, it is giving the, see, the view is not storing the data here. Okay. Whenever you run it, it will run this backend query, and it will bring the data from that tables.
Okay, provided that the column should already exist in the main table.
Yes, yes, definitely. No.
Okay, we can't create new column name.
New column name means maybe we can create new columns. I mean, not create. So maybe for an example, they need full, let's say they need full name. Okay. So here they have, you know, first name, middle name, and last name and all, right. Let's say I need full name. What you can do here, using those three columns, we can concatenate and we can get the full name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I'll also use maybe Koleski here, because we don't know whether they do have full name, middle name, last name. So Koleski of, I'll just say like first name. No, sorry, not Koleski.
Is null.
Is null. Yes. Is null of. Is null of p dot first name, comma, this, and plus middle name and last name. Okay. Now I'll just simply go and keep as full name. Does the full name column exist in the database table?
No.
No. So it's a alias column now. So using the existing physical table columns, I have produced a new column, right? Right. Now, if you go and alter it, so your view will store this column as well now. Okay. So you cannot create a new column here. You cannot create a new column, but using the concatenation or aggregate functions, okay, applying any ranking function or something, you can generate an extra column. You can generate an alias column temporarily, but you cannot create any new column.
So if we need to create the new column in the main query window, right?
It is generally whatever we do using alter statement, right?
Yeah.
Same. Okay. But the thing is, whenever you add a new column for your tables, it won't come directly over here unless you go and add it manually.
Okay.
Okay. See, whatever query you have written over here, it is fixed. Okay. If you need a new column, or if you want to remove a column from the existing query, you have to come and alter the view and remove that column, or you can add the column. Okay. So whenever you add something into the table, it won't come directly, guys. It's a manual activity which you need to do. Clear?
Sir,
In we changes alternation in physical table or view table, sir. First, newly added columns. We added a new column. Sir.
No, this is a not new column. Don't consider as a new column. It's a alias column.
Okay,
Can you please mute? Yeah. So this is a alias column. That's it. Okay. So temporarily, I need the full name column to display. So for that case, I have used this original columns and I have produced the alias column here. Okay. This column won't exist in your physical tables. Okay. Don't call it as a new column. New column means what? In the physical table, if I go and physically add using our alter statement, that is a new column in the table. And if we need that column, so definitely again you need to add over here. So let's say in the E table, I have added some is active column. Now if I want that is active column, you have to alter your view and bring back that view or that column over here. Okay. Now this is a new column which is added in the employee table, and now I am calling in my query in the view level. Okay. Clear? Any questions?
Sir, update can be done on view, sir.
Wait.
Update. Suppose I want to change date of birth.
You want to
change date of birth by using views.
Okay. I'll come back to about the DML operations on top of the view. There are some restrictions. Okay. So I'll tell you that. Okay. So now can we drop the view? Somebody asking, can we drop the view? Yes, you can drop it. Okay. So what you can do, it is simply drop view name. That's it. Okay. When you drop the view, right, what will happen? It will remove this view, okay, from the views folder, and whatever query we have written, obviously it will be not there. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
And one more thing, using the views, right, we can provide column level security. Okay. We can provide column level security. What is meant by column level security? Okay. So for an example, I'm a senior member, okay, in the team, let's say, and I have a junior. There are two juniors out there. Okay. There are two juniors and one senior guy is there. Now I have access for all the tables. Yes. Now, I want these two juniors needs to work on two different things. When I say two different things means, see, this is the query where I have bring some columns and I have written a where class, and this basically will give us the design engineer information. Correct? Now, one junior person has to work on this data which has design engineer condition, and other person should work on, let's say, let me take another example, maybe that will be good. For an example, I'm a senior guy, and where we are handling HR related information. Okay. So now I do have finance data. I mean finance data in the sense there are some departments, right? IT department, yeah, admin department, and we have support department, testing department, like this. Now in one of the table I have saved all the department details, the salary, the employee details, everything in one table. All the departments respective employees and their salary details are exist. Okay. Now I want one of the junior needs to work on only IT department details. Okay. IT related employees whomsoever are there and their salaries, right? Only he has to work on that. Okay. In such a case, so what you can do is we can create a view, simply create view. Okay. And I can just mention like, IT department salaries as, and I'll simply write like select star from, okay, and I'll just say like, you know, employee details where my department equals to IT. Now this query will give us what? All the employee details and their you know, for the department, correct?
IT.
And also there are so many columns in the table. I don't want to show all the columns to my junior, because all the columns he need not work on, only few columns. Okay, so let's say I'll just bring some few columns like employee ID, employee name, employee salary, some birth date, something. Only few columns I want to provide to him. Okay, I don't want to show all the columns to him. Okay, because we have restricted a, you know, permission for all the tables to juniors. Okay, why? Because they can do some, you know, delete some truncates and all, right, sometimes by mistakenly or maybe some intentional. So that's why we have restricted all the, you know, options to for the tables. Okay, now he wants to work on the employee table where the department is IT on few particular columns. In such a case, what we can do is we can simply create a view. We can simply create a view and we can retrieve whatever columns information we want. And what we can do is we can provide this view to that particular junior. We'll ask them to work on this query. Okay, so basically on top of this you know, view. Now what will happen? This guy can see only what? Only this many columns, correct? Because we would have only these particular columns, right? And that too particularly only department IT employees, correct? Yes. So in this case, what will happen, right? So we can provide a security, which means this junior guy cannot do anything for other columns. He cannot see first of all, and he cannot modify on top of any other columns. Yes, and he can only work on department IT related employees only. And I don't want him to see all other department employees details and all. So in such a case, we are able to provide a column level security. Also, we can provide the row level security also. Row level security means here I can show only the IT related information, not you know, testing, support and all, correct? So using this view, we can provide both column as well as row level security. Security means just a restriction. Okay, they cannot see everything you know, using this view. Only he can see the limited amount of data and limited amount of structure.
Oh,
very clear.
So you know, here we are like creating the view and eliminating the columns which we don't want the junior to look into, right?
Yes, correct.
We are only keeping the columns which he will work on.
Yes, he'll be working on.
Okay.
Okay, that is one of the, you know, purpose where we'll go for view. Okay, so one is to provide the security for column and rows, and another one will be, you know, for storing the complex queries. Okay,
so here the junior can able to edit the alter the data here.
This alteration, right?
Yeah.
So what we will do is we won't give any permission to him to do alteration or dropping or create. We will provide only a select operation for him.
Okay.
He can do only, that's it. Okay. And now can you tell me what this view is called as? Which view it is called as?
Simple view. Simple view.
Yes, it's a simple view. Because
Simple view.
because
no join.
Yes, there is no join. It is one particular you know, view, right? I mean one particular table, right? Now when I'm giving one you know, this view to him, this simple view, okay, it's a plain select query. There is no conditions, no alias columns, there is no group by or any aggregate functions and all. correct? Yes, it's a plain select statement. Now the junior can not